Okay, so we're going to start with a really nice pose this morning. So legs up the wall or just legs up. So you should know which one's the most comfortable for you. I'm going to get on my bolster today to get my legs up. If you wanted to use your bolster for legs up, it's really good. You just get to the back end of your bolster and then bring the legs up. It's a really comfortable position. It's almost like being against a wall. So you try that if you like, or a block, or a wall. And a good 4 minutes in this morning, just to drain all those toxins. It's a really nice way to start focusing on the breath in this sort of pose. And just challenge yourself by the end of the 4 minutes to have really deep inhales. Just focus on the inhale, just feel that chest rising every inhale. Just working on filling those lungs as much as you can feel them. So just checking that the spine is lengthening, so you want that chin to come towards the chest, shoulder blades towards each other, so you might have to lift and check. Lengthening the spine, take away that decompression. Being And you've got about a minute and a half to go. So start really focusing on that depth of that inhale. And start releasing that exhale slow, really slow. Last 30 seconds. And when you come out of this pose, we're going to come out now.
And we're going to go straight into supported bridge. Okay, so bring the legs down. And if you're on the wall, just come back to the mat and set up the supported bridge. Then just bring your block or your bolster underneath. So you just want to pull it back a little bit. And then come into supported bridge, just stretching those legs out. Come a bit higher. Again, just check how you're feeling. You might want to go a little bit higher than normal. So those two poses are really nice together. So we've got the draining of the legs and the support of the hips. So the hips are up a little bit. So now we're just getting that back bend in the hips. It's almost like a forward bend against the wall. And legs up. So just get back to that breath. Another 4 minutes here. So with this 4 minutes, your inhale should be nice and deep. So focus on the exhale a little bit more. And focusing on the exhale to release the air as slow as possible. And take as long as you can. Really draw out that exhale. You should start feeling the opening now of those hips. Just feel, I'm feeling it right at the top of my hips there. Bring the shoulder blades together, so just work towards that, lengthening the spine again. About a minute and a half to go. Should be really deep in it now. Just getting into a lot of the connective tissue now, starting to really stretch those ligaments and tendons. Last minute. So now focus on that deep inhale, long, slow exhale. Take the least amount of breaths as possible in this last minute. just bend the knees up, lift the hips. I always find this the hard bit. Lifting the hips up and sliding everything out of the way. Coming into Shavasana, a good minute in Shavasana. Just to relax those hips again. Should feel a really nice sensation through the lower back from having the hips up and then the back bend of the hips as well. So when you're ready, bend the knees into the chest, and we're going to come into reclined spine twist. So bring the knees into the chest, and then just drop the knees to the right-hand side. Bring the arms out in line with the shoulders. And if you can look out to the left, do that. If not, just get comfortable. Try and bring those shoulder blades to the floor. So you want them flat on the floor. Just a couple of minutes either side on this to reset after that supported bridge, which is quite a deep back bend when you're in it for 4 minutes. So again, your job is just to focus on the breath. Just trying to bring that inhale deeper each time, that exhale longer. Just practice that. It just starts becoming normal when you're in poses. Just revert to that straight away. Are you ready? Slowly coming up. And moving to the other side. So bring the knees back into the chest and then have the knees as high as possible when they're over on that left side. Just shimmy those shoulder blades towards the floor. And look out to the right if you can. Give me a really nice spine twist here. So the breath should be really comfortable with you now. And the focus on the deep inhale, the long, slow exhale is a little bit less because it's happening automatically. Every now and again, just check in with it, making sure that you're still doing that deep inhale. And you're not forcing breath. Just another minute to go, I think. Yeah, 50 seconds. And then slowly come back to center. But just keep your knees in at your chest and give yourself a hug. Just squeeze those knees in. And then when you're ready, we're going to roll up and we're going to come to the standing position. So you should know what's coming up now. Where are we? So we're going to come into rag, or just dangling position, but just doing it this way. So feet together if your balance is okay, or just bring the feet apart. Just grab that bony bit there, your thumb behind, shoulder blades together, inhale, chin up, chest up, and just come down. Making sure that chest and chin is still up all the way. Roll the eyes to the top of the head. Feel the pelvis folding until your stomach comes to the thighs, and then just angle down. Bent knees if you need to.
Oh, yes, please.
Just allow those hips to push up, head to drop down. The last week or so I've been starting to do a lot of inversion, so legs up at the beginning of the class, and this one's an inversion. Really, really good for mental health, not just physical, but mainly mental health. Inversions. Again, sticking to the breath, making sure that they're deep inhales. And you'll find that the breath changes when you come into a position like this, so you've got to adjust, find out how deep you need to go. And just work, once you're in with the breath, is working those hips up as high as they can go. And that's going to bring the head down. It's got about 1:20 to go. So bring the weight into the heels. Push those hips up a little bit higher. Bring that stomach a little bit closer to the thighs. If it's on the thighs, squeeze it in to the thighs. Feel the rib cage into the thighs if you're there. So the last 30 seconds. So coming out of this pose, we're not going to lift up, we're going to just move the legs out, the feet out, hip width apart, turn the toes out, heels in, and then just sit down into garland pose. So if you need something to sit on, like the block or the bolster, make sure you do that. If not, just work into the hips now. Really enjoy a rest after this pose, particularly being in a dangling pose and then straight into this.
So just enjoy this hip opener as much as you can. Remember breath. Keep working those knees outwards and keep working towards the straight spine. I feel like I'm just rolling in the spine a little bit. So I'll just bring the weight back to the heels, shoulder blades together, sternum up. Just continue with that, just working those knees outwards. We've got about a minute 45 to go. Really get this deep into the hips, but what this is good for is lengthening the spine as well. So if you feel like you're rolling forward, just bring the weight back to the heels as much as you can. If you're still on your toes, just still work with that. Still work with being on your toes and slowly bringing the rest of the feet into it. I'm moving backwards. If you can bring the weight into the heels, if you're flat-footed, and then work to lengthening the spine. And then once your shoulders are back a little bit, bring the chin towards the chest, just lengthen the cervical spine for the last minute. So the last 30 seconds here. Then bring the hands down in front of you. And just push the hips up. So just push them up to straighten those knees. And then walk the feet back, and then we're going to come onto our stomachs and into crocodile pose. So toes out, heels in. Continuing opening through the hips. And just enjoy a nice little break here. When you're ready, bring the feet together. We're going to do 3 different back bends. So the first one is quite a simple one. It's just Sphinx pose. So bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Bring the shoulder blades together. Sternum up. We don't need to squeeze the glutes here. We just need to relax the glutes. But what we want to aim to do is bring that sternum up, shoulder blades together, and you'll get a really nice stretch through the lower back. And with this pose, it's pretty normal. It's pretty natural that you drop out of the pose. So just keep using those shoulder blades to work towards each other, and you'll get a continuous stretch. And keep working towards bringing that sternum forward and up. Good back bends. Well done. We've got about 20 seconds to go on this one. The next ones aren't as long. We've got a few forward bends in a row, so just want to get some back bends in. So when you're ready, just release, relax. Just in crocodile pose again. Now when you're ready, just come up to Bhujangasana, but have your feet out wide, so the tops of the feet on the floor, and push up into Bhujangasana. If you need to come down with bent elbows, make sure you do. You don't want the hips off the floor, you want the hips on the floor. You can even put a bolster underneath your hips if you like, or a block. So just coming up into Bhujangasana, what we're doing is twisting. So we want to look over the left shoulder to the right ankle and hold there. You can get further and deeper into this twist if you like. So just keep breathing, working with that breath. And we're trying to bring that right hip more to the floor, and the left hip is relaxing a little bit. So that's how we're getting the twist happening. So right hip coming down, left hip sort of staying a little bit still and more relaxed. And straighten the arms to get a deeper stretch, where you can have the elbows bent to lessen it a little bit. This is called Tiryak Bhujangasana, so twisted Bhujangasana. Coming back to center, just have a breath in the center, and then going to the other side. So now it's that left hip coming towards the floor. The right hip is a little bit more relaxed. Straighten the arms if you want deeper stretch. Keep the arms a little bit bent, elbows. Slow that breath down, control the breath. And then come back to center, just hold in center for a breath or two, and then come down. And you'll feel that in the lower back and come into crocodile pose. When you're ready, bring the feet together. What we're going to do is bring the left hand out in front of you, so reach it out as far as you can go. And with the right hand, we're going to bend the right leg up. And with the right hand, we're going to grab the ankle. So just hold there at the moment. Just get yourself comfortable there. Then lift the left arm up and then the right leg up. Okay, so we're twisting in this one. So you're reaching forward with the left arm, but kicking the right foot into the right hand. You're trying to keep the left thigh on the floor. You should feel that in the lower back. Bring those shoulder blades together. As you reach forward, kick back. Reach forward, kick back. and then relax. Switching sides straight away, so bring the right hand out, bend the left leg up, grab the foot, hold everything there, then lift the right hand up, reach forward as far as you can go, bring the shoulder blades together, then lift left thigh off the floor and kick back. Reach for the floor, reach forward, kick back. Come up as high as you can go, reach forward, kick back, shoulder blades together once more, and exhale, relax into crocodile pose. So we'll just settle that breath down. So now we're going to move into quite a few forward bends. You should feel ready for that now. So help yourself up, grab your strap. So this next minutes is going to be pretty intense. So grab your strap and we're going to move into Janu Shirashana. So bring the right foot up against the left thigh, left leg straight. As straight as you can go. You might want to bring it out a little bit to be comfortable, that's okay. And everyone to use the strap if you can, putting it around the foot. And just remember that we're trying to bring stomach to thigh, okay? So pulling on the strap, so come down as low as you can go on the strap, is what's comfortable for you. Then bring the shoulder blades together, lengthen through the spine. On the inhale, then exhale, come down, pulling as you come down. Don't stop pulling, pull all the way. Then once you need to stop, just work out where you are. If your stomach's on your thigh, then you can move a little bit forward. If your stomach's not on your thigh, just keep working to that. If your stomach's on your thigh, then you just keep pulling. And generally, if your stomach's on your thigh, you can release the strap and bring your hands around the foot. So wherever you are, just get as comfortable as you can. Use the strap as long as you need to use the strap. Okay, so don't just get rid of the strap thinking you're doing the right thing. Only if you can really reach behind that foot should you get rid of the strap. Work the elbows. If your stomach's on the thighs and your hands are around the foot, you start working the elbows towards the ground, either side of the shin. Janu Shirasana, head to knee. So you need to look at the knee. Once your head is past the knee, you tuck your chin under and put the forehead onto the knee. But until you get there, just keep looking at the knee. And remember, pulling is the object of stretching. So you need to keep pulling, pulling, pulling. Don't relax in this pose. You need to work through it. So continually work through. You should feel that you're getting really deep now. Keep pulling that stomach to the thigh. And now push that heel away from the body. Bring the toes towards the shins. You've got 40 seconds to go. And then slowly, slowly come up. Beautiful. Stretch that right leg out. Bring the left foot up. Place on the inside of the right thigh. Just taking your time to do this. Stretching out. Grab that strap around the foot, the right foot. Pulling on the strap, so reaching down as far as you can go. Pulling on the strap. Lengthen through the spine. And then coming down with the stomach towards the thigh. Once your stomach's on the thigh, you can move forward. Until then, just work at stomach to thigh. Stomach is on the thigh. You can still keep pulling with that strap until you reach behind, reach over your foot. Keep pulling on that strap. Once you can reach around your foot with your hands. So you're not grabbing toes or anything on this one. You're actually reaching around the bottom of the foot. So if you can't do that, just keep using the strap until you get there. And you will get there. If you're around the foot, then you start dropping the elbows towards the floor. Once the elbows come on the floor, you bring them into the calf muscle. So pull them into the calf muscle. And you push that heel away. Bring the toes towards the shin. You reach that head forward and then tuck it under and touch the knee. And then lift the foot off the floor. So you're halfway through here. Keep looking at the knee. Keep breathing, just like we were at the beginning of the class. The breath becomes more vital here to keep it calm, keep it relaxed. Last minute. The last few breaths. And slowly work your way up. Just release the strap, you don't need it just at the moment. Keep it handy. Stretch the legs out. We're going to come into dragonfly now. So bring the legs apart as much as you can go. So now we've got a different stretch happening here. So lengthen through the spine, shoulder blades together, chin up, chest up, and then slowly come forward. I'm going to use the bolster today because I feel the knee. And then come down Beautiful. So get yourself set up, coming into the pose. So now you're going to feel it in a couple of different areas. You're going to feel it right at the back of the hamstrings there and the hip flexors as well. So there's two places, whereas the last one was more hip flexors, lower back. Hamstrings, lower back. This one's hip flexors, hamstrings, lower back. But all these poses together, these forward bends, you just feel pretty amazing at the end of it. I know it's tough getting through them. So 1.5 minutes to go in this one. Start making those breaths deeper, stronger, building that breath up, strong breath. Last 30 seconds, and always just check with yourself that you're not just hanging in the pose. Sometimes, like, we just get on a bolster or something, we just hang there. And it's okay if you feel like that's what you want to do. If you want to progress, just move the bolster slightly. Just start working your way down a little bit. And when you're ready, slowly, slowly coming up. So what we're going to do now is bring those feet together again. Give them a bit of a shake. And come into windshield wipers. Nice and slow in windshield wipers. Just really feel each twist. So we've got one more forward bend to do. Paschimottanasana. When you feel like you're loosened up, because you've come out of that nice and tight, you feel tight. So once you've loosened up, straighten the legs out, grab the strap. And inside on this one. So both feet together, strap around both feet. And then again, you're reaching down as far as you can go to the strap. Okay, so you find that spot which is comfortable for you. Always lengthen, roll those shoulder blades together, sternum up, chin up, chest up, and then come forward. It's like the standing one when we come down for dangling. There's no difference in this. It's exactly the same pose, but we're just on the floor. So lengthen and come down and feel that tilt, just like you did when you're standing. Feel the tilt in the pelvis. Keep pulling on the strap. Keep pulling on the strap. I'm going to use the strap for a little while. I probably should turn the timer on. I'm going to use the strap for a little while today to get deeper into this pose than I normally get. And the strap is good for that. Just keep pulling on the strap. Keep pulling and pulling. And you can walk those seat bones back a little bit. So you just move them backwards slightly. It's like you're just walking your heels back. That'll get you deeper into the pose. So stomach to thighs, that's the aim. Once you've got stomach to thighs, then what we want to do is keep pulling on the strap until we're getting our head closer to the toes. Because the goal of this is to touch your forehead to the toes. That's the goal. And then if you don't need the strap and you can get your toes comfortably, I mean comfortable, so your fingers aren't slipping out, you're wrapping them right around the toes. That's comfortable there. And drop the elbows down to the floor. Keep walking those seat bones back if you like. And hold. And pulling the toes towards the shins if you've got the toes. If not, keep pulling the strap. And keep looking at your toes, so don't duck your head under this time. It's chin away from the chest, not to the chest. Halfway through here. So make sure you've got a good grip on the toes. If you're only just grabbing the toes, just keep using the strap. It'll be amazing how quicker you'll get there just by using the strap. Just work stomach to thighs, stomach to thighs. That's all you've got to think about. Stomach to thighs. And if you have got your toes, that's when you start working the elbows to the floor, either side of the calf muscles. Then you push into the calf muscle. And then lift. Pull the toes towards the shins and lift the heels off the floor. Last 20 seconds. And when you're ready, release. Come back into Shavasana. Just move the strap to the side. You will need it. And relax. You should feel nice. Arms around that lower back now. Once it stops catching, you'll feel nice. You should feel during sessions, I get every now and again, or at a certain stage, I should say, I just feel this lightness in the body, and I've just felt that just then. So that's when it's kicked in for me. So that lightness of the body, it's just the blood flowing through beautifully through the body, taking away tension from the body. So when you're ready, grab the strap, and we're just going to we're going to finish off those hamstrings by coming into, what do they call it, hammock pose. So you can either have the strap around the head, so keep the left leg straight, wrap the strap around the right foot, and you can either pull on the strap or wrap it around your head, or you can even wrap it behind the body, so under the shoulders, you'll get a deeper stretch there. So wrap it around the back. I'll turn the clock on.
So today we've really released that lower back. Okay, so I know we focused a bit on the hamstrings, and that's what's releasing the lower back. You should feel really loose in that area. We've taken away that compression in the spine and lengthened the hamstrings, which will make you feel pretty awesome today. So keep pushing that heel away. So you want that heel to go towards the ceiling, and keep working on bringing the toes towards the shins. I usually work my strap down towards the ball of the foot, so towards my big toe, and then start working the toes down, heel up. And just see how long you can work that like that. It's pretty good. It's quite challenging. Just about 45 seconds to go on this side, and then we'll switch to the other side. Before finishing in Shavasana. So keep pushing that heel away the last 15 seconds. Push the heel away. Bring the toes to the shin. And then switching sides. Get yourself comfortable here. Switching sides. Push that heel away. Bring the toes towards the shins. Everyone's really straightened their legs now compared to, say, it's really nice to see that progression in the hamstrings. It's a really important tool for mobility. So final minute before our final pose, Shavasana. So work with that final minute, work on stretching the best you can. If you don't want to go too deep and you're just comfortable where you are, just chill and get the stretch. If you want to just move to stretching a little bit deeper, make sure you just push that heel away, bring the toes towards the shin. Last. And when you're ready, come out of the pose, move into Shavasana. Nice and easy transition from this pose. Just feel that blood rushing through now, that hamstring. You feel it going into the foot from there. You just feel it running down the entire leg or into the back of the knee. And just come into Shavasana, get yourself comfortable just for relaxation. Feet apart, shoulder blades together, arms away from the body, palms facing up, chin towards the chest, and just relax.
It's a nice release through the lower back today. So enjoy a little bit more mobility from today's stretches, today's class. Now it's time to just let go of everything and just allow the body to start the healing process. So the best possible outcome for healing is to keep the mind quiet. So to do that, just focus on one part of the body, whether it's the breath, whether it's the big toe, whether it's the left arm. And then just move from point to point. So don't stay on the one part for too long. It becomes a little bit, gets a bit mundane, and so the mind starts taking over. That's why we work through the different parts. So just feel the breath coming in and out of the nose. It's always a really nice place to start. And I always work on about 3, maybe 4 breaths. And the mind chatter wants to start. So then move down to the belly button. Just visualize and feel the belly button. The feeling is of the movement up and down. You go to the chest, feel the chest, move up and down with each breath. And then just go to a random place like the right knee. Just visualize, feel the right knee. And just quickly switch it to the left knee. Move back to the belly button. Then move to the chest. And just feel the heartbeat in the chest now. Now move to the throat and just feel the air moving through the throat. Move to the nostrils, feel that air coming in and out of the nostrils. And then just go to Chitta. Should be your favourite place to go to now, Chitta. Just roll the eyes upwards to look behind the forehead. Remember, just witness, just be aware of what's happening. Don't analyze anything. And relax the eyes and go back to the nostril breath. And go down to the right foot. Visualize the right foot. Feel the right foot. Feel the sensation in the right foot. And switch to the left. And come all the way up to the crown of the head. I want you to feel that sensation in the crown of the head. Just feel the heat from the body just moving out of the crown of the head. Then come back to Chitakasha. Roll the eyes up. And just notice the difference in shapes, colours, maybe the depth of the darkness. Maybe you're more relaxed there this time than last time. Just take a mental note of what's happening there. And relax the eyes. Become aware of your natural breath now. Just your everyday, natural, automatic breath. Now just thank yourself for getting here this morning and dedicating the time to yourself on the mat. And then passing on a gratitude to someone in your life. Just think of someone, anyone, the first person that comes to your mind perhaps. And send off a gratitude to that person. And start wiggling the toes and fingers and rolling to the right hand side. Take a breath before you come up into Sukhasana. I really like when there's not much movement when I say to roll to the side. Just know that everyone's really chill. Just bring the hands into prayer position. Bring that chest up, so shoulder blades together, chest up. And thank you all for being there this morning and allowing me to take you through the class once again. And it's a massive pleasure to be able to do that, especially on a regular basis. So have a wonderful rest of Tuesday and see you all again soon. Namaste.